numb ourselves. So either we say let's not overplay the gloomy stuff because it paralyzes people. On the other side, if we don't really face it for what it is, we can't unleash that kind of human potential that resides within us in the face of emergency. Think of any kind of emergency and how that sort of elevates the human spirit to something we didn't know we had, right? It's kind of an unconscious presence that we know somewhere that if there's a fire in my neighbor's roof, I will know what to do, even though I've never seen a fire in a roof before, or something like that, right? And so, of course, we're more on that in that part of the spectrum. As it turns out, David McCallis's uncle is a famous German philosopher who talked about apocalypse blindness. One of his concepts was what happens when we blind ourselves to the potential of apocalypse is that the apocalypse actually happens, right? It's only when we address the potential of the apocalypse that it allows us to actually do the things that can need to be done in order to avoid it, or at least to face it at a level where we can, get through it in a more positive way. Whereas if we just look the other way, it'll overrun us, right? It's quite a beautiful kind of framing that has really influenced me, certainly. So with Lismore, the idea is it's abstract, not to you, but to Lisa and I live in America. We are here in Kauai. We have different versions of Lismore, right? We've had a hurricane come over this place where we're sitting here right now. So there is something about
fires in California, huge fires in California,
droughts.
Now huge floods.
Is there something where the authenticity of your experience and your community's experience and our capacity to connect to that is actually something that is fundamental to what's coming, to us figuring it out together? This is what a human being goes through when they actually are in this crisis. This is what a community goes through when it actually has to deal with realities, right? And so that's really an interesting framing for us, is to say, is there something that we can contribute by connecting to people like yourself, to organizations like yours, that and work with you to say, okay, let's think about how could Lismore become a source of intelligence, a source of authentic experiences, a source of some kind of human capacity that we need more and more so every day, right? As the climate reality that we're now facing is hitting community after community, where do we learn? Where do we connect at the emotional level, at all these different levels? So that's just to add a little bit of another flavor to what David and